Hey guys, welcome back. I'm LaShonda and I'm here with another video. In today's video, we're going to go over the cheesecake stuffed apple. So here we are at the mixer, and for our cream cheese, we're going to need 2 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese, softened. That's 1, and that's 2. We're also going to need 1 stick of butter, and we're going to mix that together. And once this cream cheese and butter get mixed, combined well, we are going to add 1 full cup of sugar. So let me stop this for a little bit. I want you guys to be able to hear me. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and also I'm going to add some cheesecake, some cream cheese extract to this as well. So just go ahead and let it continue to mix, and then we're going to add our powdered sugar and our extracts. Okay, so now that it's been mixing for a while, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my extract in. Now, you should use clear. I don't have clear, so I'm just using what I have. But if you don't want it to turn the color, then use clear. And then I'm also going in with my 1 full cup of powdered sugar. I gave it just a little bit of discoloration from the vanilla, but that's okay. Okay, and then you take it down, scrape the sides, but that's pretty much it for our cream cheese. So you can take it down and scrape the sides, but this is pretty much it for our cream cheese. Okay guys, so I'm scraping down the paddle. Make sure everything is well combined. But this is the recipe. That's pretty much it for the cream cheese icing. And like I said, it has a little discoloration due to the vanilla, but that's okay. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to stop the video, and then I'm going to get prepared with the apples, and then I'll be right back. Okay guys, so before I prepare the bag for our cheese, I'm going to stick these in the freezer. We are sticking our chocolate in the freezer just so it can be firm. This is the tip that I'm using from Wilton's. It's a 1M. And we are going to also use the cup to make it easier for anybody who's just beginning. So the way that you're supposed to do this, kind of drop your tip in there. And you kind of mark where you want to cut. So kind of just make some marks like this. And then you just kind of push this part back. And here, where you can see it's cut, just go and cut across. And then you just push this down. The most important thing is you want to make sure that your teeth is exposed. Okay. So now that we've done that, we are going to put this over the cup. And this is going to hold this in place. Now before I do anything, let me get my gloves on. So the cup is only here to hold the bag, so we can put our filling in here. And once I'm done filling this, I'm going to place this in the fridge so it can get stiff while we're working on our apples. Okay, and there's still a little bit left in here, but overall, let me move this out the way. I think this will be good. And you just kind of take and you just kind of squeeze it down. So I'm not going to squeeze it all the way down. At this point, I'm going to just take and put it in the refrigerator just like this, just so it can firm up while we're working on our apples. And we're done with the cup. So I'm going to set that to the side. Now for the apples, and we're done with the scissors. So for the apples, you're going to need the apples, of course. You're going to need your knife, a melon scoop or apple scoop, and you're going to need your chocolate. So I like to use, so whenever I'm dipping apples, I like to use these big buckets. So, and I'm using Great Value almond bark, or Great Value. And I'm just going to break this up, and I'm going to put it in this big bowl, and then I'm going to melt this in the microwave. I'm going to melt it on intervals of 30, just like that. So I'm going to pop this in while I melt this. Okay. Alright guys, so the chocolate is melted, just like we want it. I'm going to put this to the side for just a second. So you want to take your apple and you are going to cut off just the top. Now I try to look at my apples and try to see, because I want them to be standing up once I fill them. So I'm going to take and I'm just going to cut just the top. You do not want to chop off all your apple. Okay, this is still a nice size apple. You do not want to, this is how much I chopped off. And then you're going to just go in. So we want to get all these seeds out of there. Okay. So now, can you guys see? And I'm going to do another one. I'm not sure that you guys can see that. Okay. And then again. Now, to prevent your apples from browning, you can do one or two things. You can put lemon juice. The thing about putting lemon juice is if you put too much, you can taste the lemon juice. So, just making sure. Now you guys can see it's a complete hole. So, I'm going to add some lemon juice. And before I add that, I'm going to get my paper towel. And so you do not need to use fresh lemon juice. And you can also use a pastry brush. So I'm going to just pour some in there. I'm going to swish it around. And once it comes to the top, I'm going to put it on my hand and use it to coat the top. And then I'm going to just set my apple over so all that extra lemon juice can pour out. And I'm going to do the same thing. This is easier if you use a pastry brush. And then we are going to take 2 screwers and we're going to just put them in the inside or the outside of the apple. You don't want them so stuck that they are hard to get out. You just want them in there so they can so you can control your apple. And this is why I like to use these big containers, because I can just dip straight down. So we're going to let this dry. Okay guys, so we're back. Now that this is drying, We are going to remove our sticks. I'm going to take one of our Snickers out of the freezer. Okay, so just stick one or two in there like that. And now we're going to get our bag, our cream cheese filling. And now it has had the time to set up. So now when it gets to the top, just make a swirl. And you can just stick pieces of Snickers. At the top. You can also use these. These are nut toppings. And then, just for garnishment purposes, a 12-inch piping bag. And we are just going to do the same thing we did before, except I'm not putting the tip in here. I'm just going to pour some of this chocolate in here. And I'm going to cut a tiny hole. So I cut a little bit. I'm going to test it. And it's the perfect consistency for me to drizzle. And here you have your, let me pick it up where the chocolate is dry. And here you have your cheesecake stuffed apple.